If you were to tell me that not even a month into the new year, I would have the privilege to review what is surely going to be one of the best games of 2018, and some might say one of the greatest games ever made, on top of that, it's developed by Capcom, I would have laughed at you and called you delusional. Luckily, you didn't tell me that, so I didn't have to insult you. However, Monster Hunter World is out now, and though it's not without its own flaws, they are very minor compared to the absolute masterpiece that is Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter is a game where you create a character and go on an adventure to hunt monsters. In Monster Hunter World, you're a member of the 5th Fleet of Hunters to come to this island filled with monsters, and to make a long story short, you're tasked with hunting monsters in order to delay or avert a global crisis. The monsters you hunt in Monster Hunter World aren't a metaphor for global warming or nuclear war, they're just big-ass monsters that threaten the world. That being said, the story is less than mediocre. It's used more to introduce you to new monsters and areas to explore, rather than telling a compelling story. Which was fine for me, because at the end of the day, you don't play Monster Hunter for the deep lore, you play it to, well, hunt monsters. If you're looking for a game with a compelling plot, deep lore, and complex characters, Monster Hunter isn't the game for that. The English voice cast of Monster Hunter World is really bad, and the writing isn't very good either. No characters have any names, just titles like Captain, Huntsman, or Botanist. Some of the cutscenes are pretty cool, but like I stated before, there isn't really anything special here. Monster Hunter World is visually stunning. Everything about the graphics seem polished, the larger-than-life setting of the game feels open and intimate at the same time. The first time I walked onto any new map, the first thing I wanted to do was explore and find out what kind of new monsters there were for me to hunt. Though there aren't many secrets to find, every portion of every map seems handcrafted to be playable and appealing. It's rare that we see a world realized so well. As the title states, in Monster Hunter World you hunt monsters. Sounds simple enough, but in reality, the Monster Hunter games are some of the most obscure and systems-heavy games ever. Don't let that scare you though. Monster Hunter World is probably the best entry point in the series due to the reworking of complex systems and presenting them in a clear and easy to use way. While on your adventure, you'll be joined by a Palico, a half-man, half-cat creature with an emphasis on the half-cat, who will heal you and help you in your battles. It can be upgraded in various different ways. You can upgrade it so it'll heal you more and heal you faster, or you can even unlock a sword that can knock parts off of monsters. You can also team up with up to 3 friends and hunt in a party of 4. This is where I had the most fun. Playing with friends makes fights exponentially more difficult, but getting a group of buds together to take down a behemoth of a creature is the most fun co-op experience I've had in a long time. As fun as it is, when my friends and I first started playing, we couldn't figure out how to play together. The matchmaking and party system is so oblique that I had to do several Google searches, and even then, there are some design decisions that just left me scratching my head. For instance, you can't play through the campaign with your friends unless they've already beaten the level that you're on, making progressing without them the only way to play, or forcing you to wait around while your friends beat a monster so they can come back and play with you and beat the same monster again. It's like this through the whole 40+ hour campaign. However, once the campaign is done, it seems so far that it's much easier to play together. There are 14 different weapon types that vary greatly in playstyles. I like to play fast characters, so my weapon of choice is the dual blades. Some people will enjoy the range of the bow it gives you, or the massive damage dealing potential of the greatsword or hammer. Whatever your preferred playstyle, there's a weapon that'll suit you, and as long as you explore a little, you'll find something you like. Now, you might be asking yourself, what is the point of hunting all these monsters? Well, so you can build more powerful weapons and armor out of their corpses. Doing this enables you to hunt tougher monsters which you can harvest to make even better gear. That's the core gameplay loop, and it's amazingly fun. However, I will warn you, if you aren't ready to play for hours and hours grinding the same monsters over and over to get your specific set of gear, you probably won't like this game. But for me, there's nothing more satisfying than going on a 7 to 10 hour hunt and finally getting the last of the resources I need to complete a powerful and awesome looking armor set. Monster Hunter World, though flawed in many ways, is one of the best games I have ever played. Its combat feels satisfying, the gameplay loop is addicting and fun, the beautiful visuals of the game world and creatures, and the hours upon hours of fun that I'm still having with my friends, which admittedly starts frustrating, makes Monster Hunter World a game you don't want to pass up. Monster Hunter World is a beautiful yet flawed masterpiece.